Starting with a sun salutation, a classic Hatha sun salutation. Try and shift your weight to the front of the toes. Step back with your right leg. Drop onto your knee, hips down, chin up. Step both feet back. Come down into chaturanga, keeping your hips on the mat. Arch your back. And then push down into down dog, lifting your hips. Step your right leg forward. Step your left leg forward. Hold it at the forward bend. Breathe in, coming up. Arch your back. Try and look to your thumbs. Drop your head right back. Bring your hands back to your chest, back into the forward bend, and this time the left leg goes back. Step the feet together, holding it in high plank. You can drop onto your knees or keep the legs straight. Do the caterpillar. Push down into down dog, working the heels down. Step forward with your left leg. Drop the hips, chin up. Step the feet together, hold the forward bend, shifting your weight to your toes. Breathe in, coming up, arch your back. And bring your thumbs to the middle of your chest as you exhale. And again, breathing in as you lift the arms. And exhale into a forward bend. Right leg back. Drop onto your knee, hips down, chin up. Step the left leg back. Come down into chaturanga or the caterpillar. Exhale into down dog. Work the heels down. Step forward with your right leg. Drop the hips. Step the left leg to the right leg. Hold the forward bend. Breathing in, coming up. Arch your back. Look to your thumbs. Exhale into the forward bend. This time the left leg goes back. Drop the hips. Step the feet together into a high plank. Come down into chaturanga. Push through into cobra. Exhale into down dog. Bring the shoulder blades together. Step your left leg forward. Drop the hips. Step the right leg to the left. Hold the forward bend. Breathe in, coming up. Arch your back. Look to your thumbs. Bring the hands to the middle of the chest in prayer. Bend your knees. Utkatasana. Suck in the belly. Try and steady the breath. Breathing in, coming up. As you exhale, bring the arms out to the sides. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Take the shoulder blades back. If your neck is healthy, drop the head back and try and lift your arms. Exhale into a forward bend, shifting your weight to your toes. Chin tucked right in. Pull your hands towards your head. And if you have the capacity, press the heel of the hands together. Breathing in, coming up into the chair. Bring your arms next to your ears. Reach into your fingertips. Now shift your weight to your heels. If you lift your toes, it forces you onto your heels. Breathe in, coming up. Exhale into a swallow dive, bringing your arms out to the sides. Reach for the back of the legs and pull your chest to your thighs. Chin tucked right in. Keep your weight to the front of the foot. Bring your hands to your hips. Come up halfway into Dandasana. Reach into your fingertips. Try and lift the wrists and drop the chest. 90-degree angle at the hips. Keep the belly tight and keep your neck in line with your spine. Breathe in, coming up. Reach to the ceiling. Bend your knees. Bring your hands together. Press into the heel of the hands. Cross your right leg over your left. Be aware of your glute muscle here. And come into a little squat. See if you can reach the floor. And feel the stretch into that glute muscle. Breathe in, coming up. Straighten out. Reach your arms up above your head. Exhale. Bringing your arms to your sides. Take your arms up again as you inhale. Now cross your legs the other way around. And squat. Reach your fingertips to the floor. Try and bend your knee. Feel the stretch into that glute muscle. It's a strong glute stretch. And when you're ready, see if you can come up again. Bringing the hands into prayer, straightening out the body. Step the feet together. Bring your arms out to the sides in a swallow dive. Reach for the back of the legs. Pull your chest to your thighs. Keep your weight to the front of the foot. Keep the belly tight. Bend your knees, place your hands on either side of your feet and step back into down dog, lifting the hips to the ceiling and just gently pedal the legs, stretching into the calf muscles. Gaze towards your knees, try and bring the shoulder blades together. Now push down into the heels, take it into up dog, back into down dog, Inhale into up dog. Just the tops of the feet are on the mat. Your legs stay off the mat. And exhale back into down dog. Inhale into up dog, dropping the head back. And exhale into down dog. Warming up the spine. Exhaling into down dog. Now hold it in down dog. Step your right leg forward, not too far apart. Bring your arms up above your head. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Try and level the hips. Take the shoulder blades back. If your neck is healthy, drop the head back. Slide your hands down the back of your leg. Keep the hips level. Keep the shoulders level. Inhale coming up, and as you exhale, take it into a forward bend, pulling your arms towards your head, chin tucked right in. Try and keep the front leg straight. If there's a pulling at the back of the knee, bend your knee slightly. That's tendon taking strain. Keep those hips level. The one hip is inclined to go behind the other. Try and keep that pelvis level. Breathe in coming up. Keep it fluid. Turn, face the opposite direction. Interlace your fingers behind your back. On the exhalation, arch your back, drop the head back, bring the shoulder blades together. Make an effort to keep the hips level, shoulder blades level, and slide your hands down the back of your leg. Inhale coming up. As you exhale, fold, tucking in the chin and pull your arms towards your head. Make an effort to keep the hips level and keep pulling the arms towards your head. Try and keep that front leg straight unless there's a pulling on the back of the knee. Watch the rhythm of the breath. Release your hands. Hands to the top of the mat and step back into high plank. Push back into the heels. Don't let the head hang. Keep your neck in line with the spine. And exhale into down dog. Now lift your left leg, holding it in three-legged down dog, keeping the pelvis level. Now that hip is inclined to lift towards the ceiling. Bring that hip down. Now bring your shoulders over your hands, pulling the knee into the chest. Lift the knee, lift the ankle, and push the shoulder blades to the ceiling. Over to the other side. First, three-legged down dog. Keep the pelvis level. Feel the stretch on the outside of the leg you're standing on. Gaze towards the knees. Keep those shoulder blades drawn together. And take it into the tiger. Shoulders over the hands. Pull the knee into the chest, lift the knee and the ankle. Keep the belly tight, chin tucked right in. Step the feet back, take it back into down dog, bringing the shoulder blades together, work the heels down. And if the heels are touching the mat, wriggle the feet back till the heels just start to lift. Step forward. As you exhale, we're going into Trikonasana. Turn your right foot to point away from you, your left foot at a 45-degree angle. Lean to the right. Turn your head to look into the palm of the raised hand. Try and take your left shoulder back. Try not to lean forward. You want to feel the stretch in the psoas muscle. You can feel it on the inner thigh, through the pelvis, or on the side of the back, or between the shoulder blades. It's an extremely long muscle. Turn your head to look down at your foot. Hold it in high plank. Push back into the heels. Don't let the head drop. Try and keep the arms straight, belly tight. Exhale back into down dog. Feet hip distance. Triangle, Trikonasana, leading with the left leg. Breathing in, coming up. Square your hips. So your left foot is pointing directly away from you. Your right foot is at a 45-degree angle. Now bring your shoulder over your shin bone. Don't lean forward. Turn the head to look up. Try and stack the shoulder blades. Take that top shoulder back. Try and gaze towards the palm of the raised hand. There should be no pulling behind your knee. If there is, bend the knee just slightly. Breathe in, coming up. Straighten out your feet so your toes point to the front. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Bring the shoulder blades together. Exhale and fold, pulling your arms over your head. If you have the capacity, press the heel of the hands together and shift your weight to the front of the foot. Keep the belly tight and aim to get your head on the mat. Now, if your legs are too wide apart, you'll get a better stretch if you bring the legs a little closer in. Relax your jaw. Release your hands, bring your fingertips in line with the tips of the toes, and walk both hands over. Raise your right arm to the ceiling, both hands walk over to the right side. Turn your head to look to the palm of the raised hand. Try and pull your chest to your thighs and keep your weight to the front of the foot. Keep the belly tight. Try and twist the spine and watch the rhythm of the breath. Wait for the exhalation. Walk both hands over to the other side. Turn the head to look to the palm of the raised hand. Keep the weight to the front of the foot. Keep the belly tight and try and pull the chest towards the thigh. Bring your hands directly under your shoulders. Slowly roll up, rounding out the back, arms relaxed, chin tucked right in, jaw relaxed. Nice deep breath in as you bring your arms out to the sides. Exhale into the warrior. Try and get a 90-degree angle behind the knee. Suck in the belly, reach into the fingertips. If you glance down at your foot, you should be able to see your big toe. So you need to move the knee slightly back. Bring the arms up above your head, a little bit more advanced if you're up for it. As you exhale, drop your rib cage towards your thigh and turn your head to look towards the ceiling. Try and stack the shoulder blades. Try and squeeze your ears. Keep that 90-degree angle behind the knee and don't allow the knee to drop inwards. Keep that knee pushed slightly back. Breathe in, coming up. We're going into warrior, over to the left side. Turn your foot, wait for the exhalation and lunge. Make sure your knee is in the right position. You want to be able to see your big toe. So push the knee slightly back, keep the belly tight and extend into the fingertips. Keep the arms in alignment and your chin turned right over the shoulder. Try and press the outside of that back foot into the mat. Keep that 90-degree angle behind the knee and if possible at the hip. A little bit more advanced if you're up for it, interlace your fingers. Drop your rib cage to your thigh and turn your head to look to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers above your head. Lunge to the side. Drop your rib cage to your thigh. Don't allow the knee to collapse in. Try and stack the shoulder blades. Look up at the ceiling. Try and squeeze your ears. Turn your head to look down at your foot. One hand on either side of your foot. And hold it in chaturanga, high plank. Push back into the heels, suck in the belly. Drop onto your knees, soles of the feet facing the ceiling. Drop your glutes to your heels and slowly come up into sitting. Bring your hands behind you. You can also turn your fingers the other way around, a little bit more advanced. Now lift the hips. If your neck is healthy, drop the head back. Bring the shoulder blades together. And breathe. Nice, deep, full, long breaths. As you exhale, lower your hips. Take your feet out from under you. Straighten out both legs, flexing into the heels. Bring the sole of the foot into the inside of the thigh. And take your left hand to the outside of your right foot into the swimmer. Turn your left cheek to your right kneecap. And the hand behind you should be in line with the shoulder. Tumble your chest down towards your thigh. Keep flexing into the heel and press the back of the knee into the mat. Breathing in, coming up. Make sure the pelvis is level. Float the arms down, keeping the pelvis level. Swap legs. Get the heel right up to the top of the perineum. And as you exhale, your right hand to the outside of your left foot and your right cheek towards your kneecap. Reach into the fingertips. Keep the belly tight. Try and press the back of the knee into the mat. Flex into the heel and watch the rhythm of the breath. On the inhalation, raise your arms up above your head, straighten out both legs. Wait for the exhalation. And on the exhalation, fold, tucking in the chin, press the back of the knees towards the mat, suck in the belly, relax the jaw. If you can't reach your feet, just rest your hands on your shin bones, but don't allow the arms to be airborne, you'll strain your neck. Watch your lower back here, keep the navel drawn in to protect your lower back. Keep flexing into the heels and keep pressing the back of the knees into the mat. Try and extend your hands beyond your feet, then reach your arms to the ceiling. We're going into the reverse plank, more advanced. Turn your fingers the other way around. If you're up for it, see if you can lift one leg and keep the hips lifted. Drop your head back if your neck is healthy. And swap legs. Try and lift the hips, lift the hips. Feel it opening up in the chest. Both feet on the floor. Slowly lower the hips. Bring your knees into your chest, lift your feet off the floor, balancing just on your sitting bones to quieten the mind. Try and steady the breath. Chin tucked right in. Now reach for the outside of the feet. If you're feeling confident, drop the head back and pull the feet towards your ears, and your legs are in a wide V. Try and watch the rhythm of the breath. Bring the soles of the feet together, your heels close to the perineum. Interlace your fingers around your toes. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, reach forward. If you're up for it, bring your elbows in front of your shin bones, tuck in the chin. If possible, you can bring your hands into prayer above your feet. Keep working the knees down. Keep the belly tight and watch the rhythm of the breath and relax your jaw. On the inhalation, straighten out again. Now bring your left ankle in front of your right glute. Take your right leg across. Sole of the foot onto the mat, toes pointing to the knee. And on the exhalation, twist. Push off the arm behind you so you take the pressure off the intervertebral discs and try and turn the head all the way, all the way. Keep pulling the knee into the chest. Feel the stretch in the glute and the side of the leg. When you're ready, do the Mori outside twist to the other side. Wait for the exhalation and then twist. Take the pressure off the intervertebral discs. Try and stack the shoulders. Pull the knee into the chest. And the hand behind you should be in line with the spine. Sole of the foot, contact with the mat. Toes pointing towards the knee and both sitting bones remain glued to the mat. And release. After a twist, always do a forward bend to realign the vertebra of the spine. Just part the knees, and as you exhale, come into a forward bend. Bring your glutes to the middle of the mat. Challenge your core by bringing the hands into prayer and very slowly rolling down. Bring your arms up above your head, interlace behind your head, and straighten both legs to the ceiling. Now push your elbow tips to the ceiling. If you have a back problem, you're just going to rock the legs slightly. Keep pushing your elbow tips to the ceiling. That engages the core muscles. Now squeeze your toe mounds together, your bunion bones. And that'll engage the muscles on the top of the inner thigh. I'm stealing something from Pilates here. Take the outside hand and reach for the ankle. Now you try and resist with the knee, pushing the knee forward and pulling the right hand in, but keep your knee above the hip. This challenges the core muscles. Keep the straight leg hovering just off the mat. Chin tucked right in so you don't strain your neck. Keep reaching for that ankle. The secret is to reach for the ankle. A little bit of resistance with the knee. Push the knee forward and resist with the hand. But on the outside hand, you're reaching for that ankle. Make an effort to really reach for the ankle, and that'll work the core. Now bring your knees above your hips and place the heel and the hands on your knees. Now pull the knees in and at the same time resist with the heel and the hands. Keep pulling the knees towards your chest and push with the wrists You can lift your head and apply even more pressure to the knees. Now take it into the flat bottom boat. Your arms next to your ears, reach into the fingertips, keeping your arms in line with your ears. Drop your legs 45 degrees. Try and lift the shoulders. Tuck the chin right in so you don't strain your neck. Now bring your hands just under your glutes and just rock the pelvis to work the abdominals. That's if you have a lower back. If your back is healthy, you can lower the legs, and just before the legs touch the floor, take them up again. Please be aware of your lower back and don't allow the back to arch. Keep your belly tight. Keep the rib cage pulled down towards the mat. Now we're going for 10. A little bit more advanced. Release your hands and put your fingertips behind your ears. No pulling on the head. A little bit more advanced. Extend your arms so that your arms are next to your ears, and you reach into the fingertips. Your arms now become a weight, challenging the core even more. Bring your knees into your chest, bring your forehead into your knees. Give a little hug to just release the lower back. Now place both feet on the mat, under your knees, and lift your hips. We're going to work the glute muscles here. Squeeze your glutes. Keep the length in the back of the neck. Now push into your index fingers and press the big toe into the mat and the inner heel. Suck in the belly. Now relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Keep squeezing your glutes. Raise your arms to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers. Take your arms up above your head. Keeping the hips lifted. Keep squeezing your glutes and keep pushing into the big toe and the inner heels. Chin down towards your chest, keeping the length in the back of the neck. As you exhale, bring your hands up above your head. Now interlace your fingers again, but with the other little finger on the outside. Take your arms back up above your head. Keep squeezing your glutes and keep pushing into the big toe and the inner heel. Watch the rhythm of the breath. Keep the belly tight. As you exhale, reach your fingertips to the ceiling. Now lift your shoulders to the ceiling. As you exhale, lower the arms and the hips and try and let them touch the floor at the same time. Straighten both legs to the ceiling. Part your legs in a wide V. Bring your arms up above your head. Interlace your fingers except the index finger. Then lift your arms and pass them through your legs, pulling the legs down towards the mat. Try and curl your shoulder tips forward, chin tucked right in. Reach forward as much as you can. Keep pulling the legs down. Keep the chin tucked in so you don't strain the neck. Close your legs. Bring both knees into the chest and take it up into a shoulder stand. Try and get your shoulder stand straight. Walk your hands up your spine towards your neck to straighten out the body as much as possible. Bend your knees. Now turn your thumbs to your spine, fingers to your waist. Arch the back. Drop one foot down, followed by the other, and keeping your back arched. Lift the hips to the ceiling. Keep the length in the back of the neck. Keep squeezing your glutes. Keep that back arched. Chin down towards your chest. Keep the length in the back of the neck. Keep squeezing your glutes and don't allow the knees to splay apart. Keep your kneecaps in line with your hip bones. As you exhale, slowly lower the hips and bring both knees into your chest. Bring your forehead to your knees, rounding out the back as a counterback posture to the little back bend. Now straighten your right leg to the ceiling, chin tucked in. Extend the left leg along the mat and let it hover just off the floor to challenge your core. Flex into both heels. Keep pulling the leg towards your head. If possible, pull up the kneecap. Pull the knees into the chest and swap legs, flexing into the heels. Allow the right leg to hover just off the floor. Curl your shoulder tips forward. Pull up the kneecaps. Extend into both heels. Keep the navel broad drawn in and the ribs pulled down towards the mat. Bring both knees into your chest. Rest your head on the mat. Feel the stretch in the lower back as you press your knees towards your chest. Reach your arms and legs to the ceiling, chin tucked in. Lift the shoulders. Now, if you have a back problem, put one foot on the floor and keep it there. If your back is healthy, float the arms and legs down. Extend your arms up above your head, fingers interlaced. Now, flex into the heels. Wriggle the shoulder blades closer together. Chin down towards your chest. Try and lengthen in the body and breathe. Bend your knees. Cross your right ankle just above your left knee and pull the left knee into the chest. If you struggle with that, just hold on to the back of the thigh. A little bit more advanced, straighten out the leg. Just be aware of your right knee joint. It's a strong stretch on the right knee joint. Chin tucked in. Try and bring your forehead to your left knee. Flex into the heels. And then swap legs. Going into the stretch as you exhale. Either holding onto the knee or the back of the leg. Or more advanced with a straight leg, holding onto the back of the calf muscle and bring your forehead to your knee. Flex into both heels, chin tucked right in. Watch the rhythm of the breath. Untangle your legs. Bring your knees into your chest. Feel the stretch in the lower back. And take it into the plow. Try and tuck your toes in. Aim to get the ball of the foot on the floor. If possible, straighten the arms. If you have the capacity, you can press the heel of the hands together. Please don't turn your head in this position. Try and straighten the legs. Pull up the kneecaps if possible. If you have any neck issues, you don't want to do a shoulder stand. See if you can hold on to your right leg and take the left leg to the ceiling. If you're up for it, both legs to the ceiling, balancing on the shoulder blades, not the neck. Now reach for your knees, hands just to the outside of the knees, into the candle. Swap legs, bring your left leg over your head, tuck in the toe, straighten the right leg to the ceiling, pointing into the toe. Slowly lower the hips, straighten out your body. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms away from you. Now point into the toes and breathe. Bring your knees into your chest, give your knees a nice tight hug. Place your feet just to the outside of the mat. Drop both knees to the left, turn your head to the right and try and work the top knee down. Keep both shoulder blades on the mat. Try and slow the breath. On the exhalation, drop the knees to the other side. Work the shoulder blades down into the mat. Try and work that top knee down. Bring both knees into the chest. We've twisted the spine, so it's important to realign the vertebra of the spine by pulling the knees into the chest. Cross your feet at the ankles. Hold on to the back of the knees. Whip the feet down. Come up into sitting. Wait for the exhalation and go into a forward bend. Keep the belly tight. Relax your jaw. Reach into your fingertips. Then walk both hands over to the left, taking your head and your torso past your knee. If possible, put your right hand on top of the left. Feel the stretch in the rib cage. Relax your jaw and watch the rhythm of the breath. On the exhalation, walk both hands over to the other side. Keep going, keep going. Nice deep full breaths with every inhalation. Feel the rib cage stretching apart on the left hand side. using the breath to stretch those intercostal muscles. Bring it back to the center. Breathe in, coming up. Hands behind you. You can turn your fingers away from you, a little more advanced. Lift your hips. If your neck is healthy, drop the head back. Bring the shoulder blades together and breathe. Whenever the head is dropped back, you're taking in a lot more oxygen into the lungs. So take advantage of that head drop back and really breathe. We're going into a squat. Please don't squat if you have a knee issue. So the heel should be as wide as your little finger and your thumb extended. And bring the hands into prayer. Now using your elbows, push the knees apart. If you can get your heels onto the mat, that's even better. Now try and straighten out the spine, dropping the hips, working the heels down. Push into the heel of the hands and press those knees apart. Now take your tailbone slightly back. Bring your hands behind you and sit to the back of the mat and extend your legs in a wide V. Try and get your heels on the sticky mat. Nice deep breath in as you raise your arms, and as you exhale, drop your chest towards the floor, tuck in the chin, reach into the fingertips, be aware of the inner thigh, the hip joint and your lower back. Relax your jaw and try and slow your breath. If there's any pulling at the back of the knees, bend the knees ever so slightly just to take the pressure off the back of the knees. With every exhalation, try and take it a little deeper. Walk your hands back towards your torso. Swing your legs over to the side and flip over onto your side. Get your body in alignment, your ankles, your hips, your shoulder blades, your neck. Reach for your foot. If you can't reach your foot, just hold on to the back of the leg. A little more advanced, reach for the heel. Pull the leg towards your ear without rolling back onto the buttock. Try and stay balanced on the hip. Keeping your neck in line with the spine. Keep pulling the leg towards your ear. Bring your knees into your chest. Push away from the floor. And we're going to go into a twist. Turn your head to look away from your knees. Work the shoulder blade down. Press down on the knees. Now breathe into that open chest muscle. Turn your head all the way. Keep working the shoulder blades down and keep pressing the knees down. Turn to face your knees before you come up into sitting and flip over to the other side. Lying flat on your side, ankles stacked, hips stacked, shoulder blades stacked. And take it into the reclining Buddha. If you reached for your heel, do the same on this side, pulling the leg towards your ear. Try and keep the hips stacked, the shoulder blades stacked, and keep your neck in line with the spine. So don't tuck the chin in. You want the spine to keep absolutely straight. Flex into the heel of that bottom leg, the one that's lying along the mat. That'll help you balance. Keep pulling the leg towards your ear. Bring your knees into your chest. Take it into the twist. Float the top arm back, turning your head to look over your shoulder, and use the other hand to press the knees together. Breathing into that open chest. Try and work the shoulder blades down onto the mat, so both shoulder blades stay glued to the mat. And breathe. Turn to face your knees, push away from the floor. Keep both feet to the one side of the body. Interlace your fingers above your head. Turn your palms to the ceiling and lean towards the feet. Look under your arm up at the ceiling. Try and bring your lower rib to your hip. Breathe into the open rib cage. And release. Just to realign the vertebra of the spine, bring the knees into the chest. It's called the floating embryo. Chin tucked in. Still the mind by balancing, and take it over to the other side. Interlace your fingers, palms to the ceiling, and lean towards the feet. Look up at the ceiling. Bring the lower rib to the hip and breathe into that open, stretched side. Try and push into the index fingers keeping your arms in line with your ears. We're going into down dog. Place your hands to the top of the mat and lift the hips. Feet hip distance, work the heels down. Try and bring the shoulder blades together and gaze towards the knees. If your heels are touching the mat, just wriggle the feet back till the heels just start to lift. Gently come down onto your knees, soles of the feet facing the ceiling. Drop your glutes to your heels. Now stack your fists. Relax your jaw. And your forehead is pressing down gently onto the fists into relaxation. If you prefer to lie on your back in corpse pose, lie on your back in corpse pose. But it's perfectly acceptable to finish in child's pose. Watch the rhythm of the breath. Really slow the breath. Relax your jaw. Try and still your mind. There should be no discomfort in the knees. If there is, lift your hips. Gently come up into sitting. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed today's practice and you feel a lot better for it. Namaste.